Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do something slightly different and give you a tour of my home to show you how I'm trying to live as a minimalist and what a minimalist-ish home looks like. So I'm definitely not like an ultra minimalist, I'm not extreme, and I've only been trying to practice minimalism in the last 5 years or so. So it's definitely a work in progress, you know, everything's not perfect, it's not all tidy. So I would say it's a realistic minimalist home in progress. And yeah, I live in the UK, so my home is a 4 bedroom detached house. We moved into this house about 4 years ago, and it's got enough space for myself, my husband and my 2 kids. So hopefully as I show you around today, you might get some ideas of how to store things or what type of systems and processes you might be able to use to help you organise your home a little bit better, or to try and just keep things minimal and tidy as much as you can. I always think it's interesting to look at other people's homes just to see how they do things, how they organise, and sometimes it definitely gives me some inspiration that I can take into my own house as well. So watch along, I will take you around all the rooms and show you in some of the cupboards where we store things, etc. So this is just the entrance hallway. As you come in, we've got a slimline shoe cupboard, and this fits a couple of pairs of my shoes and my husband's shoes. So ones that we wear quite regularly, we keep down here close to the door. And then we just got a storage box as well for just storing some essentials. And then further along in the hallway, we've got this purpose-built coat storage and shoe storage. So the boys keep their shoes in here and we all keep our coats on here. And then I also have some baskets at the bottom, which have got gloves, hats and things like that. It looks a bit messy at the minute. I do need to go through that and maybe declutter it a little bit, but we are in winter here at the minute, so we are definitely using all the winter stuff. So that's where all the main coats are stored. And in terms of other storage in the hallway, we've also got this little understairs cupboard. It is quite small, so it's not full height because the stairs actually goes up like this, you can see, so that cuts into it. And I'll just show you what's in it. So we have got a mixture of shoes, so some more of mine and my husband's shoes on this little shoe rack. We have some hooks here on the door, so the boys put the school bags here, and I've got some other backpacks that we use as well. We've got Hoover, mop and things like that as well. So it's quite small, so we can't store loads in there, but it's quite good for shoes and bags. And then next along in the hallway, we have got a downstairs toilet. So it's not got a window in here, but yeah, just a toilet. Got some pictures, mirror, little hand basin and towel. And then further along at the end, we've got the kitchen. So quite a nice open plan kitchen. Get quite a lot of light in it from both ends. So we've got a extendable table, so we can fit 6 around it, but also you can extend it to fit 8 around it, which is quite handy for times like Christmas. I do have some extra chairs as well, which are in the living room, so you'll see that in the rest of the tour. So I'll not go through all the cupboards in the kitchen, but generally, obviously we've got the fridge here, just in front of us, and freezer. Generally keep food in these cupboards, and all the crockery, cutlery, things like that. Got the air fryer over in the corner. That's probably our last purchase. And I wasn't actually sure about getting one of those because as somebody who's trying to keep the counters quite clear, it is quite a bulky item, but it has been really useful, so I am glad that I bought it. Then over here, we've got sink. We've got some charging things over in the corner, so iPad, and we can use that for on-the-go phone charging as well if we need to top up during the day. We've got a little basket here which just has lots of random bits in it that need to either be sorted out, or it's a bit of a catch-all tray for little bits, and it just kind of helps me keep the place tidy, but I do have to go through it periodically and sort it out. Then we've got some cupboards down here where we keep some of the kids' art and craft supplies as well. So that is the kitchen. You can see outside we've got a patio as well. This will need cleaning in the summer. We got this done last year because the house didn't really come with a patio, and it means that we can sit outside in the summer, have barbecues, and use the space a bit better. The garden does go from at the end there in the corner, right around the back, across to the other window, so it kind of wraps around the back of the house. And then this is our garage, actually, you can see. So I'll not show you that today, what's inside, but it's got a lot of just the outdoor type things like the furniture, bikes and things like that. And off the kitchen we have the utility room. So this has our washing machine here, tumble dryer as well. Although I don't tend to use it too much unless it's for towels and things like that. We do have space to have some airing racks here, and I tend to put the clothes here to dry, and usually they dry fine, which is good. So I'm not having to waste too much electricity. We also have recycling things. Our council recycle paper and cardboard and things like that separately. So we do have to sort that out, and we keep it in here until we need to put it out. So yeah, it's a little bit of a realistic tour at the minute. It's a little bit of a mess. We've got some leftover recycling that we don't have space for in all the boxes. So that will go once that's collected. At the top here, I've also got 3 cupboards, and there's things in them like tools and just DIY bits and things like that we need to have on hand, like maybe a screwdriver, light bulbs, batteries and things like that. So we don't have to go out to the garage to get them. And then behind here, we've just got like an ironing board, and we've got some of the kids' bags for sporty things like swimming, kickboxing, that type of thing. So we just got some hooks that I put up recently just to keep everything nice and organised. And then this is the kids' playroom downstairs, just off from the main hallway. I've showed it before in some of my previous videos, but we've got sofa, footstool and armchair, and we actually had these in our old house. So it's quite handy that we could then put them in the kids' or the family sort of living room. So we do come in here with the boys as well and watch films together and play games and things like that. They've got over in the corner all the Hot Wheels stuff. So we're quite big fans of Hot Wheels for the last several years. Starting to get a little bit old for it now. So at some point we will probably sell the Hot Wheels garage. But the box down there, that all contains lots of Hot Wheels cars and monster trucks. And then over this side, this is what I meant by being realistic. I've got a stack of games and things that I haven't yet put away, either because they haven't been played with yet, so just to remind us, or I need to find space for them. So these were all Christmas presents and they do need to be sorted out. The box that they're sitting on is full of board games, so that is pretty full. We've got a few cuddly toys here as well. And then just on the other side, we've got TV and an old TV unit from our old house, and it's full of things like different jigsaws, Lego, things like that. It's got some more on this side as well. So as you can see, that is pretty full. And then we did get a Switch for Christmas as well recently. So I've got this little basket down here just to keep all the different controllers organised, and just so they've got a home as well. And then just over in this corner, we've got an IKEA Kallax unit as well, which has got books and toys as well. So I did do a video where I reorganised some of these boxes, but if you haven't seen it, I've got all the superhero things in this drawer, and then we've got turtles and things like that in this drawer, and then this other one here has got some more board games as well. So that's how we organise it at the minute. Also got a few play sets and things like this turtles one. And then books I tend to organise by category. So we've got all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid ones together, more the younger books together, older books together, that type of thing. That's how I try and sort it out. We do have Lego, some built models at the top as well. So there were ones that we've done recently, and I do have all the boxes kept for them either in the storage cupboard down here or in the boys' bedroom. Okay, so back out in the hallway, and then this is the main living room. So we've got 2 sofas, so one here, and we've got like an L-shaped one here. These are both from DFS if you're in the UK and you're interested. We've also got a mix of this kind of industrial style wooden furniture from Next. So TV unit, some coffee tables and some little side tables as well. We've got a few other bits like lamp pictures as well. I think they were from Dunelm. And yeah, it's a nice cozy space in here to get together as a family and watch things. I've generally kept all of the rooms in the house the white that they were originally. I like keeping things quite neutral, and then if I want to add a bit of colour, I can do that through furnishings. Have kept this relatively neutral, but I have added some greenery just to give it a little bit of a lift as well, so that it's not too monochrome. And then over in this section here, this is my desk area where I work day to day, but it's quite nice because it's got this little flip bit here, and you can flip that up and then it just looks like a normal storage kind of unit. And this is actually the space where we put up our Christmas tree as well. So at the minute, since I've taken down the Christmas tree, it feels really nice and fresh and not cluttered, which is why I wanted to get this minimalist home tour done. I thought it would be a good time to kind of film it. And then just in this corner here, we've got some pictures. And then we've got some book storage in this cupboard as well. I do have an extra chair here. So this is because we bought 8 chairs and there's not really room in the kitchen to have them there all the time. So one I use at my desk and one here, but it's quite useful for me to just put my handbags and work bag and things like that on. So even though I can't get into the cupboard that easily, it kind of works for storage. And now I'll take you upstairs and show you the different rooms up here. So we've got 4 bedrooms, and we will start with the boys' bedroom. So we've got the 2 boys in together in this room. Apologies, it's quite sunny today, which is actually quite nice, but you can see it's creating some interesting effects, I think. So we've got the 2 boys in here, one in a little bed and one in a small double. I have actually ordered some bunk beds recently, so this is about to change because the youngest is getting too small for this bed. So we've ordered a triple bunk with a double on the bottom and a single at the top, which I think would be quite good, especially for future because it can split in 2 as well, and we can then just have a double bed at some point or a single bed as well if we need it. So in terms of storage in this room, we've got this chest of drawers here. So I did have a look at this in the last video, I think, where I was trying to get rid of some items in my declutter, but generally we keep underwear and socks in the top drawer for the both of them. Middle drawer is like onesies and things like that, and then bottom drawer is pajamas. So it's mainly like nighttime stuff and underwear in these drawers. They have a couple of books on the top here as well, and then we've also got some more books here behind us. This is getting quite full as well, so I could definitely do with trying to declutter that a bit more. We also have a storage basket up here with some bits and bobs in it that we need to go through and sort out. I've got the laundry basket there as well, and then a wardrobe here. So I'll just stand back so you can see that a bit better. So they share the wardrobe, kind of half each, and then the bottom drawer is things for the activities like kickbox and PE stuff, rugby stuff, that type of thing. And then in this larger bed is a divan, so we've got 2 drawers on either side, and one drawer is full of Lego, and I think I showed that in one of my declutter videos for toys. So that's basically all the storage we've got in here at the minute. I think it is relatively minimal in terms of the amount of clothes that the boys have, that we can manage to get it in the chest of drawers and the wardrobe. But that's excluding things like coats, which are downstairs mainly. And the next room we've got is the family bathroom, which the boys tend to use. So I've showed this one before in a declutter video I did. And we've got a bath, shower, a little storage unit down here with some drawers. Got a little basket up here as well, which we keep a few bits in, essentials. And that's basically it. We've got hooks on the back of the doors as well for the boys' towels. But yeah, quite simple, quite minimal. Try to keep it as uncluttered as possible. And then next to that, we've got the main bedroom, so master bedroom for me and my husband. And so we've obviously got our bed. We've got some fitted wardrobes, so that was quite handy that they came with the house. We didn't have to pay for them separately, which was lovely. So they're both the same size, and these are mine over here, which I think I've showed you before, but I'll just give you a quick look. So I'll do a wardrobe tour at some point, go through some of my clothes, but I try and have like all the hanging things like tops and dresses here, some jackets, and then the top I've got jeans, some workout things and more kind of casual things, and then I've got some footwear down the bottom and accessories, so any footwear that's not downstairs. I'll not take you through my husband's wardrobe, but at some point he did say we can declutter it, so that'll be interesting. I can show you what he's got, because he's actually got, I think, almost more than I have now, because I've been quite good at trying to keep relatively minimal. I do have a little storage stool here, which I keep some little bits in as well, like accessories and things like that, or any overflow beauty products that I don't have room for elsewhere. So just like a backup really option. Not that I've got loads and loads, but it's handy to have as extra space. And then just going back over here, I've got a little bedside table with just essentials on it really, a book and lip balm and things like that. My husband's got the same on his side. Got laundry basket here, and then we've got some storage down here for like hair dryer and hair tools. I do have my straighteners up here, and I do keep them out because I use them on a daily basis. So for me, it's just easier to keep them out. Got some perfume, a little bit of jewellery as well. But in these drawers, so we separate again half and half. So this is my half and my husband's got this half. So very 50-50, which makes me more minimal, I think, because in previous houses we've had maybe a little bit more storage space, and I've definitely had more space for my clothes and accessories. This is probably pre-kids actually, where we had, you know, a full spare room to put things. So it has forced me to be a bit better about trying to fit things into a smaller space. So I've got some jewellery in the top one and hair bits, some makeup in this one, underwear and socks in the next two, and then pyjamas at the bottom. I've also got a TV in here as well. And then this is our ensuite as well. So this is where I have a shower and do my makeup. So I've got a mirror there, and then shower, mirrored cupboard there, and towel rail. So in the cabinet over there, that's where I keep all my skincare and stuff like that. And then here at the sink, I did get one of these Surrey toothbrushes actually last year, and it has been really good actually. And in terms of being quite minimal, I love the way you can just stick it on there as well, and it blends in quite nicely with the tiles as well. And just to go around the rest of the top floor, we've got an airing cupboard just here, and that has just things like the boiler and then towels and bedding as well. So we don't keep too many extra towels really, just a few per person, and then we've only got one extra bedding set for each bed, and then I only think I've got one for the guest bed. Got a couple of extra pillows and things up there, and then I also keep things here for donations, so collect them up and then donate them all in one go to something like the school when they do their collections. But it's quite handy to have that space just to put things that I know I want to donate, and then at least it's out of the way. And then if there is ever anything you think you're not sure about donating, I know it's probably going to be there for a little while, and then I can go back and see, well, did I actually miss this when I'm going through it and actually donating to charity? And then this room is the smallest room upstairs, and it's my husband's man cave, as we like to call it. So we've got a sofa bed in here in case it's needed for guests. Got his weights. He's quite into films, so we've got quite a lot of films there. And also this footstool, which is a storage one, that is also full of Blu-rays. He's also into music, so we've got an amp here. And we've got a guitar there as well. You might have also seen there's a couple of guitars downstairs. So the music and hobbies do take over a little bit up here. He's got some Lego and things like that. And TV and PlayStation. You'll also see another laundry basket here at the top of the stairs. So this is my husband's, and you might have seen in the boys' room they've got one as well. So we actually do split out the laundry quite a bit. So we've got the boys together and then mine and my husband separately. And we do this because it's just easier to kind of put loads on per person, or so like the boys together, my stuff by itself, my husband's by itself. Because we find we generally have enough to make up a load, you know, once a week of our darks or whatever. The boys, we definitely wash a lot more. But then when you're putting it away, it's just easier because you know exactly where that stuff's going. So maybe that's something to consider. But it definitely works for us. And it just means your socks aren't getting mixed up with your kids' socks, your husband's socks. So definitely makes my life a bit easier. And then into the last bedroom, this is my guest bedroom, or spare room, as we call it. And at some point the boys will probably have it once they get a bit older and they want their own rooms. For now it works having them both in the same bedroom, and this one actually is quite a bit smaller. There's not tons of space in here, but this is a double bed. We've got a bedside table, and then we've also got a built-in wardrobe in here as well. Not as big as the one in the main bedroom, but not a bad size. We do use that for some off-season stuff like extra coats, luggage as well, things like that. I've got wrapping paper and gift bags up here as well. Because even though we do have a loft, we don't actually use it. I find it's easier just to keep the stuff down here, and then I can see really easily what I've got. So at some point we might use the loft, but it's not boarded. So this is what we're using to store some extra bits. But the spare bedroom is handy because I do have guests coming over, my family from Ireland, from time to time. So it's good to have a bed for them to sleep in. And this bed does have 2 drawers on each side. It's a divan bed for extra storage as well. So that's quite handy, although I do need to go through them. And then in this little bedside table, I do have things like travel toiletries and makeup bags and things like that. So it's something at some point that I would like to reduce down in size, and then, you know, be able to keep all of this stuff in my bedroom, because I know at some point that one of the boys will be sleeping in here and they won't want all my stuff. So that's the aim really at the minute, to get all the things that I've got in this room out at some point. And then we do also have another ensuite in here, and this is the one that my husband tends to use. So another toilet, obviously, shower here as well. That's everything upstairs. Just go back in here into the spare room. Spare room is actually quite useful for putting all my decluttered items when I'm trying to see what I've got and organise them and see what to sell, etc. It's good to have somewhere to lay them out. But that's the end of the home tour. I hope that you find it interesting. If there's anything else you'd like me to go through in more detail, like what's in the kitchen cupboards or wardrobe tour, that type of thing, let me know in the comments. I hope you find it informative and maybe picked up some ways to help organise things in your home. Definitely try and keep things to the space we've got, and that's why having like a 1 in 1 out policy is really important, so we don't get completely overrun with stuff. Obviously it is post-Christmas, there's a few things I've got to put away in terms of the kids' toys, but usually I can find a home for them, but that might be in another video. Thanks for watching right to the end, guys. If you like this video, please give it a like or drop me a comment. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, especially decluttering as well in 2026, then I'd love to have you here as a subscriber. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.